You have got to see this. I'm telling you, this real estate is it's going to be the most expensive real estate ever sold in the United States. It is wild. Let me show this to you real quick. But before we do that, we got to do the normal boring stuff, right? Rates about the same, 6.4-ish, whatever it is. Here's the 10-year Treasury. You can see we've kind of had a little bit of a good week, come down a little, right? The peace talks are going to be the job reports did come out today. Nothing exciting. Admittedly, the actual payroll, like the amount of jobs created, significantly more than what they were expecting, but yet the market's kind of shrugging it off. One, the BLS has lost a lot of credibility, and two, peace talks are going to trump this. So 115,000 jobs were created. They were forecasting about 55,000, so double. But at the end of the day, that's not moving the needle right now. Inflation, we talked about this last week. Let's call it 3.5%, but I want to show you a few things that are just wildly more than 3.5%. First and foremost, even with all that, supposedly, national home prices only rose 0.4% year over year. So that's as a nation, right? That's not North Texas, that's not Texas, but in general, supposedly, according to some reports here, you can see the year over year change in housing prices, and you can see all those national those lines up there. Dallas is not featured, but you can see the national and other big cities like Houston, just how that has slowed down, which is not it's not surprising. It was 18-20%, my God, in during COVID. So to get anything positive right now, I think is good. There are a few areas that are negative. Houston's right there, just in that little negative category. Some other things. Here's what I was talking about inflation. Homeowners insurance in the last 5 years has jumped 64 freaking percent. And look at the yellow over there on the left. Texas premiums are about 4 grand per year. That's insane. The average nationally is 2,600, but because North Texas especially has, tornadoes and hail and all this other stuff, it's just, and I love the last line. It's quietly killing affordability. It really is. Yes, rates are higher, cost are, houses are higher, but insurance, my goodness. And for that reason, no shock, is pushing first-time homebuyers out. And I don't understand this stat. This is coming from, I think it was Zillow or Realtor.com, I'm not sure which. The average purchase loan has hit a record of $647,000. The average sales price isn't even that high. So I'm not sure where they're getting that data, but it's still big. Here's some other fun stats. I'm not going to highlight anything here. I mean, you can read and you can push pause if you'd like. But 35% of Gen Zers are this. They're pardon me. The highest share of single females, because we talked about this before. 35% of it is Gen Zers, which is crazy. So a lot of single females are buying. Closing cost. This is the quote good news. If we're in Texas, we do make this list. This is the average closing cost. The average sales price in Texas, very bottom, just under 400 grand. That's good for us. Average closing cost, 3,700. If you ever talk to me, I'm going to tell you just use round numbers of 4 grand just for grins because HOA and things like that. But that's right in line with what we quote and see. So I can tell you this stat is actually true, at least here in Texas. So, but this is really neat for the breakdown of what it is. And just be glad you don't live in DC or New York. Look at those closing 17 grand, 13 grand. My goodness. All right, let's talk some real estate. So HUD, they basically said you are allowed, realtors, you're allowed to talk about crime and school ratings, but you have to do it for every house. You can't use it to sway. But that for a long time, apparently, I didn't know this, was a big no-no. And so HUD is now criticizing Realtor.com and Redfin and all these companies for not having that stuff on their website. So they're now going to start, well, I assume they're going to start putting it, but they've been not putting it because they don't want to sway or, misrepresent and have somebody make a determination based on race. So that's interesting. There are 44% more sellers. This kind of goes along with that appreciation number we saw a little bit before. The home buyers rather falls to a record low. So I guess, I mean, that's crazy if it really is only 1.3 million. There's 1.9 sellers. That graph on the right is very telling. Again, this is national, but that is shocking. This is coming from Redfin, so I'm going to trust that data. And even if it's a little off, it's still crazy. And so this goes along with that negotiation power. Dallas has a buyer's market, so the strongest shift to a buyer's market, a lot of sellers. Dallas is in there with 60, apparently 60 different places. So we're in the 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just missing the podium. We're number 4. So good time to buy if you're a buyer, I guess is what that's saying here in Dallas, Texas. And over to the bottom right, you can see we are again fourth, coincidentally. Austin is number 3. So good for, oh, no, that's not true. The up top says number 3 for Austin. All right, let's have some fun. Middle class, I thought this was hilarious. You own nothing. You subscribe to everything. Your rent is higher than your parents' mortgage. Your groceries cost more than your car payment, but your phone is incredible. So there's that. And then lastly, or not lastly, but the last big one, what I hinted to, $400 million. Look at this house. It's in LA. It's on 70,000 square feet across 8 acres. And I even made a second slide because this thing's so big and crazy. The main residence has 10 bedrooms. Okay, that's fine. For 400 million, I expect that. But 13 staff bedrooms. The guest house has 6 bedrooms. The guest house has 10 staff member bathrooms or bedrooms. I apologize. Isn't that crazy? Good for them. To the week, it's not so much of a product as goals. Look, guys, set your goals and know what you want. We've had a lot of conversations about budget. Just do that if you haven't, and advise your clients to do so. The meme of the week: top 10 things to do in selling your home. You're going to see Mortgage Mark make a social media on this one. Number one, call me. I'll handle the other 9. And then lastly, here's our evidence of success for the week. Mortgage Mark team should run this country. Love that. Thank you. You're amazing. You know what to do. Forward, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. As always, we appreciate you. Have a great remainder of the week, and we'll see you soon.